Ooga Booga scrolls through social media. He sees a guy surrounded by 15 people on a yacht, laughing like they just solved world peace. Ooga Booga looks at his own phone. His recent contacts are Mom, pizza delivery, and Dave. Ooga Booga sighs. Society screams, more friends equals more success. If you don't have a giant squad, you must be weird, right? Ooga Booga starts feeling like a lonely, defective gorilla. But then, science steps in. Having only one or two true friends isn't a glitch. It is a highly evolved psychological strategy. Why Ooga Booga's brain prefers the tiny circle. Number 1. The quality filter. Ooga Booga's social battery is like a rare, expensive phone. It charges slowly and drains incredibly fast. Ooga Booga hates small talk. If someone starts talking about the weather or office gossip, Ooga Booga's brain instantly shuts down. But if Dave asks, "Do you think aliens are watching us right now?" Ooga Booga is energized for 3 hours. Ooga Booga's brain craves deep, meaningful data, not shallow noise. The small circle is an automatic filter for high-quality interactions. When Ooga Booga lets someone into the inner circle, it is a blood pact. Ooga Booga isn't just a hangout buddy. Ooga Booga is a ride or die. If Dave needs to move a heavy sofa at 3 a.m., Ooga Booga is there holding the flashlight. People with giant friend groups spread their loyalty thin like cheap butter. Ooga Booga concentrates all his loyalty into 1 or 2 laser beams. This makes Ooga Booga an incredibly safe and reliable anchor in a chaotic world. Ooga Booga knows a huge secret. Being alone and being lonely are 2 completely different things. Some monkeys surround themselves with 20 people because they are terrified of their own thoughts. They use crowds as loud distractions. But Ooga Booga? Ooga Booga has made peace with the silence. Ooga Booga can sit in a room, build a puzzle, read a book, or just stare at a wall and feel perfectly fine. This means Ooga Booga doesn't use people for validation. When Ooga Booga hangs out with you, it's because he actually likes you, not because he is scared of being alone. More people equal more variables. More variables equal more chaos. In a group of 10 people, someone is always mad at someone else. Did you hear what Sarah said about Mike? Ooga Booga's brain rejects this. Drama spikes cortisol, the stress chemical. By keeping the circle to just 1 or 2 people, Ooga Booga builds a massive firewall against unnecessary stress. Ooga Booga's life is stable, peaceful, and delightfully boring in the best way possible. When you are in a large group, you wear a mask. You laugh at jokes that aren't funny. You nod when you don't agree. It is a survival mechanism to blend in. But with just 1 or 2 true friends, the mask comes completely off. Ooga Booga can be a weird, goofy, unfiltered gorilla. This level of vulnerability is exactly what human brains and gorilla brains need to feel truly seen and understood. 0 fake smiles required. Because Ooga Booga isn't distracted by 50 different acquaintances, Ooga Booga becomes a master observer. Ooga Booga notices when Dave's text messages change tone. Ooga Booga sees when a friend is secretly tired but trying to act tough. Having a tiny circle forces Ooga Booga to read micro-expressions and understand deep emotional shifts. Ooga Booga doesn't just hear the words. Ooga Booga hears the music behind the words. But wait, here is the trap. The single pillar trap. If Ooga Booga relies 100% on just Dave for all emotional support, fun, and advice, it creates a dangerous imbalance. If Dave gets busy with a new job or moves away, Ooga Booga's entire social universe collapses. Ooga Booga's brain goes into panic mode. How to protect the tiny circle. Ooga Booga doesn't need to suddenly go to loud parties and make 30 fake friends. Instead, Ooga Booga builds micro-ties. Ooga Booga chats with the barista. Ooga Booga joins a quiet online gaming group. Ooga Booga says hi to the guy at the gym. These aren't deep friendships, and that is the point. They are light, low-pressure connections that remind Ooga Booga that the world is friendly, taking the heavy pressure off Dave. The next time Ooga Booga looks at social media, Ooga Booga doesn't feel jealous. A circle of 2 strong trees is better than a forest of weak twigs. Ooga Booga closes the app, calls Dave, and asks about the aliens. If you enjoyed Ooga Booga's deep dive into the brain, toss a like and hit subscribe. It keeps the bananas coming.